chapter 409. I'm excited. I don't know what to expect. I know it's gonna be crazy. Let's just open it up. Oh brother. Oh brother. Oh brother. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What's gonna happen? Oh man, what's gonna happen? We're gonna have Bakugo. My guess is Bakugo's about to put up the most impressive feat of a quirk user. We're about to see one of the most impressive feats in My Hero. I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it throughout the week. Next chapter is probably the end of the volume, specs and big stuff. And it's gonna be the end of the year chapter too, right? Isn't almost every chapter at the end of the year is always something. It's always something. Either that last chapter or the first chapter back. Yeah, it's gonna be the last chapter of the year. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No chapter next week. Week after is going to be the Christmas chapter. And then this is the next chapter will be the last chapter of the year, right? Hold on. Really quick, sorry y'all. So there's no chapter. Yeah, a chapter is going to come out on Christmas Eve. And then, yes, the next chapter is the last chapter of the year. Okay. Yeah, I think Bakugo's about to put up something crazy. I do. Breathe. All right. 409. Quirk explosion. So that's Bakugo's mama. That's his pops. I'm gonna make all my skills my own and keep rising. This is after Deku vs. Bakugo 2. My explosion can pull off anything I want it to. Izuku, I won't stand in your way anymore. What the hell do you mean by that? Bro. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. A child born with love and one born without it. All Might's yelling at him to dodge it. All for when the rings shoots off. Please blow up. Baka, what are we doing? Blow the hell up. Hold on. Breathe. Okay, so hold on. All for one, he's flying to him, and then there's a boom. And that's his face. And it's like how can this be? The boy didn't take any clear action just now. The rain's putting a damper on my oomph. So I fired off some coated beads. Okay. That's kind of nasty. No, it's just sweat. It's kind of nasty. I sweated all over the place. Sorry. I sweated all over the place. Dude, that's gross. That's nasty. Sweat all over the place, blowing up. Beads of explosive sweat coated with regular sweat. I mean, I shot him off without triggering them, hoping that something else might set him off on a delay. All right. Back there, straight into my. All right, come on, you're starting to lose me. Straight into my mouth. Pause. At that last second, if nothing else, I've always earned kudos for my intuition. He's smart. He is smart. People try to downplay him, but I feel like it's been made very, very aware that since the beginning, yes, Bakugo's a jerk. He's mean. He's just someone you probably wouldn't like if you were around him all the time. But just because he's that does not mean he cannot be smart. Does not mean he cannot be a genius. And he is. If I'm not mistaken, if he's not second in the class, he's third in the class, right? Right? If he's not second in the class, he's third in the class. He's one of the smartest. His intuition, his battle sense is all top tier. It's all things that he's the second smartest. Yeah. It's all things that you wouldn't be able to catch. It's hard to catch that. The only reason why Deku is even comparable to him and above him is because of the quirk he got. Right? It's because of the quirk he has. He has one for all. So that just, it nullifies all of that space of physical talent that the two of them have. It nullified all that. But he still has the battle sense. That's why if the two of them were to fight, also because of Deku's smart. It's like Deku's smart as hell too. Right? But it's, if the two of them fight, Bakugo, it feels like he's always going to find a way to squeak out of something, do something. It's like Deku can big brain something, but Bakugo's just battle sense. He's savvy. It's always going to find a way to do something. He's doing something. He's going to find a way to do something. And that's been there since the first season, the first volume of My Hero. It's been there. So now we're in these moments where everything is maximized because of the battle that's at hand, and it's just like, you can't take this away from him. You can't be like, oh, come on, you can't do that. You can't take this away from him. Everything that he's done is led up to these moments. It's led up to this. You can't take this away. If nothing else, I've always earned kudos for my intuition. What are we looking at? The one quirk I've got is enough. The more damage he takes, the younger he is. He regresses. Get the picture? So All Might told him that. All the damage has thrown my powers into disarray, but I need only to unleash them once more. This is my tale. Move aside, you extra. You nobody. All right, next page. Let me go back. Because he's spinning. Damn it, I'm on a howitzer. Zoom in. Wow. That's crazy. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Bro, he flew in there. All right, next page. Ooh, he's not stopping. He's not stopping. He's not stopping. He's not stopping. Oh my goodness, he's not stopping. Dude, this feels like a Vegeta moment. This feels like a Vegeta moment. Bro, he's not stopping. He's dying. He's going crazy. Look, he hit him both his hands. Look, just everything. He's not stopping. Look, explosions. Everywhere is his shoulder gauntlet things. It looks like there's explosions coming out of that. His feet, there's explosions. Looks like his knee. Every single part on Bakugo's uniform that has some sort of circle on it, there's an explosion coming out of it, out of his hands. Look, his gauntlets, It even looks like explosions are coming out of his mouth. It looks like it. His knees, feet. It's crazy. He's going crazy. Bro, it looks like he's shooting explosions out of his mouth. It looks like it. Like you see it like right here, and he's like yelling. Or it could just be it's just exploding because you see his eyes are doing the same thing too. Bro, he's going crazy. Just feels like Vegeta moment. Whenever Vegeta does the consecutive blast, he's going crazy. He's not stopping. Yo, he's not stopping. Don't get too close. I'm afraid. Don't get too close. Ew, look at his face. Don't get too close. Bro. Dude. Yo. He's like, shut the hell up. Bro. I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid. Because this feels like, yeah, we put him down. And then from the smoke, you just see a hand smack. I'm so afraid. All right, next page. Whoa, 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 whoa. Something's off. My quirk factors aren't mingling properly. How could these mere fireworks be tearing them apart? Because my body's grown too young, too delicate? All those nasty negative emotions have got you in a tailspin, so you're losing control over us. Check it out. This joint is my fan meetup. Is my fan meetup venue now. Swallowed up by Shigaraki. Hawks. Oh, Hawks. Get it straight. This is our tail, dude. Bro, Bakugo. He's blowing off the gauntlet that All Might gave to him. I hope he doesn't do crazy irreparable damage. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm gonna come back to that. Bro. Okay. Is his hand broken? Is it broken? Bro, it looks like it's off. Bro, it looks like it's... Ew. Little by little, the damage everyone dealt, all that built up aggravation, at long last. For certain, this time, All for One is... I never could have hoped to beat that, at least not alone. This isn't it. This is not good. That's not it. He's probably like an infant right now. Yeah, what is he? That's I'm like, it's not it. That's not it. That's not it. I need to watch him rewind out of existence in order for me to even entertain the fact that he's gone. He's not done. He's not done. And All Might. This is we need to learn by history. You sat there, hands bloodied. All for One had no head. You know that for a fact. Right? You know that for a fact. You know that for a fact. He had no head. and you were in front of him, kneeling in front of his lifeless body, and somehow, some way, he's still alive. There's no way after this right here, I'm even thinking that he got the job done. There's no way there's no way. I need to see it. I need to, there's no way. If he's rewinding, I need to watch him rewind out of existence. I need to watch it happen. I can't. Bro, I think it's up for Bakugo. This is why I said, this is how I felt. This feels like a Vegeta moment. This feels like a Vegeta moment. Bro, this is so Vegeta, down to the howitzer, coming in with a big attack, and then following up with the consecutive concussive blasts, and just putting everything into it. And you think this feels like a Vegeta moment. It genuinely does. It feels like it's up. And also, one thing that we need to take into account, thought about this over the week too, is we know that All For One has slowly been rewinding because he used Aries quirk factor as Uno reverse. They mentioned this during the origin, that he stole his mother's life force. Is there a chance that All For One can steal someone's life force and counteract the rewind? Because if that's the case, he could start snatching life force from people, and he'd be fighting the rewind at the same time. That is on the table. That is on the table. It is. What if that old person was Bakugo? That's on the table. That's on the table. In chapter 377. Hold on. Let me go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's look at 377. Oh, you're right here. At the beginning. You're talking about this person right here at the beginning, right? What if? Dude, this chapter was 11 pages. I remember that. Man. Dude, that's on the table. Stealing life force is on the table. It is. Bro. What's the old I don't know. It could be. It could be on the table. Question. And this is something where I know a lot of people hated whenever Bakugo's death was pump faked. What if All For One kills him? Like, for real? How would that make people feel? Would it feel like, oh, we lost the impact of it already because we already had a moment where it felt like he should have died and he didn't, and now he's gonna die again? Now it's kind of like a screw you. I don't know. Part of me feels like we know that Bakugo's he's done right now, and All For One's not done. I feel like you would be foolish to think that All For One is done right here. I don't know what else Bakugo could do. Look at his arm. It looks like his arm, like he broke it. Like it feels that's terrible. There's no way. He's right now. He's about as defenseless as you can get. He's about as defenseless as you could get. Bakugo becoming quirkless could be a perfect end for him. So he starts off with Deku quirkless, Bakugo having a quirk, and having it end with Deku having a quirk and Bakugo being quirkless. It would be like fitting. I've also wondered when it comes down to One for All. Now, this is something I re-listened to the last chapter that we read last week, and I was trying to spit. I think it was last week where it was something about how they worded, Yoichi's quirk, and how All for One, Kudo was the person that led the rebellion against All for One, and now Bakugo's leader, kinda. Yeah, that is true. That is true. The parallels of that. But there was something I was listening back to myself, and I didn't know how to word it then. I still kind of don't know how to word it now, but it's an idea. Whenever All for One is sitting there, and he's like looking at his brother's hand, and he's thinking about the quirk, and just talking and how certain things are worded. He's just like, for All for One, it's like, yeah, Yoichi was malnourished. His quirk his quirk didn't awaken, or it was too weak to even manifest or whatever. But when he gave his brother a quirk, then that gave it like the jump start in order for it to become active. And then he passed it on. It just makes me like, I was thinking, what would the quirk have been like if it was never... All for One technically is the first. But what would the quirk have been if it was never malnourished? Right? Like what would it have been if he was born normal and he had his quirk at birth, just like All for One had his quirk at birth? It feels like it became something after All for One stuck another quirk in there, and then like jump started and got passed on. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be something to One for All that necessarily has not been present that might come into play. He was born with the power to give it to someone else. That's how it's been explained to us. But it's something about the last chapter, because we know All for One is a quirk that steals. And we know All for One's going to think in a way like that. But whenever he worded it as, like, I gave my brother a quirk, and it was like Yoichi's quirk stole it, in a sense. Like, it's kind of how he worded. Like, it stole the essence of this quirk in order to give itself life. And it's something about it is making me feel like there could be another component to One for All that has never been used, because no one knows how to use it. Yoichi wouldn't even know how to use it. I feel like there's something there. And there could not be. But I can't shake the feeling of there could be something there that no one knows how to tap into. And maybe push to the brink, Deku might tap into it or something. I don't know. I feel like there's something there. Outside of Deku developing his own quirk due to puberty, like how we just explained, something makes me feel like Deku might... I don't know. I can't shake that feeling. I can't shake that feeling for whatever reason, that there's another facet to One for All that All for One doesn't know it. Yoichi doesn't know it. None of the users know it. No one knows, because of the nature of how it came to be. We didn't even know it existed until another quirk bound to it already. So what? And it's just that's why I'm like, I don't know what its original purpose would have been. I feel like it's a pointless power to pass on. I don't know. I'm trying to think. And the only thing that I can like attach to is Naruto. And when I'm thinking of that, I'm thinking of Obito, and I'm thinking of Kakashi and Kamui. And Obito never had the ability to... Yeah, see, that's why I'm kind of going with it. Obito never had both of his Sharingan and never awakened the Mangekyo at the same time. So we don't know what Kamui would have been if he would have been able to use both abilities that Kakashi had and that he had at the same time. So in a way, it's like if there were no twins, right? If Yoichi and All For One weren't twins, and say if it was just All For One, what would that quirk have been? Did the quirk get kind of like halved, or like theoretically halved because there was twins, and like pieces of both quirks, or pieces of the one quirk got split, and Yoichi got a part of it, and All For One got a part of it. He got the part to steal and give, and Yoichi got something else. Or maybe Yoichi's quirk would have been some. I don't see. This is where I start to lose it. I'm like, I don't know which direction I'm trying to go in. I don't know how to explain it. But it just makes me feel like if it were originally like, it's like, okay, so if All For One were to get One For All, what would happen then? Outside of him probably dying from having too many quirks, what would the mixing of those two original quirks in that one womb do? Would it form into like the ultimate quirk? Like would there be some sort of different mutation that were to happen if they were actually to be combined? What's the that's why I don't know. So I can't shake the feeling that One For All has something else that nobody knows how it works. No one has a clue how it works because we've never actually seen it just operate on its own. Never got to see it operate on its own. So I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be something. I feel like there's gonna be something else with that quirk. I just can't shake that feeling. I don't know why. Can't. I think it's up for Bakugo. I think he either dies or he gets his quirk stolen. More likely that he gets his quirk stolen, and you don't want him to die. And if he doesn't get his, I think if he doesn't get his quirk stolen, then he gets like his life essence took away from him. Deku right now, that's what I'm saying. Deku has no chance of winning right now. There's virtually no chance of winning. Honestly, I can't say there's no chance of winning because Deku still isn't operating at a 100% either. You still have that. He's not at 100%. He's mimicking it. He's fake getting there. He's combining all of his quirks to get to 100%, but he's not actually at 100%. Like what would Deku be like actually using 100%? He can't go 100. We don't know that yet. That's the whole thing. We don't know that yet. When's the last time he did a full power smash was when he was fighting Shigaraki in the air. That's a long time ago. And he's gone through a lot of mental warfare, physical warfare, and his body has changed since then too. The doctor said so, at least, where it's like his body is handling this more now. So it's like, yes, he broke his arms, but the mini explosions aren't doing irreparable damage anymore. So I feel like there has to be, like, he's gonna have to. It would be crazy if Deku never used 100% of One For All without any negative drawback at all in this whole series. That would kind of be crazy, where it's just like not once, like every time you used 100%, you blew your arms to smithereens, you blew your legs to smithereens. I feel like if there's any moment to use it, it would have to be like if I don't win now, the world is gonna be over. I feel like he has to. He hasn't felt the need to push himself to do 100% smashes because he's like, we know how he was thinking during the Dark Deku arc with him training the quirks and learning how to use the quirks. He's like, so I don't have to do that anymore. I could just mimic that and get there. I was like, all right, cool. I'll do that then. I'll mimic that. I'll use Fajin. I'll use this. I'll use that. And I'll get there. Hell, he was using Gear Shift alongside of using all of these things, like using all of his different quirks. And his arms, to our knowledge, are fine. So even pushing himself further than his perceived 100%, the full 100%, he's not breaking his arms. So I feel like I feel like he has to get to a moment where he throws one. Like I can't think of just bang and he throws it and his arm's not broken. It has to be that. It has to be like, all right, I need to stop putting the limiters on myself. It's all or nothing. And he throws one and his arm doesn't break. He throws another one and his arm doesn't break. He's just like, you know what? F it. And he just lets the floodgates go. And it's just like, all right, we're operating now. We're rocking now. But then it's just like, you get like the second to pop in his head. You can't keep this up. You can't keep this up. You can't. And now it's just like, but if I don't do this now, then what? That's how we know that's how they all feel. Right? We know that. We know he can't go 100% when Deku's going over the sea, and the second goes, you're just planning to break your arms 100%, right? But I feel like that's the shock. That's the shock, is when he gets to that moment and he throws that 100 and then don't break. That's it. That's just I think when he throws that 100 and it don't break, it might hurt like hell, but it don't break. It might break after the third one, but he throws that first one and it's just like, oh, throws that. I feel like you get to that point, and now you're playing with fire now. I feel like that moment has to happen. It has to. It has to. I feel like it has to. And we know with how he was working as well. Like, honestly, we have to take this into consideration. Shinomori is the fifth user, right? The one that didn't fight anything. He just stayed up in the mountains and cultivated the power, made it stronger, and passed it on. Shinomori, right? No. Who is Shinomori? Where did you pull that name from? No. Timeout. What's the fifth user's name? Where did I just pull that name from? How do I even search for this? Goodness gracious. His arm's not broken. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He throws that one and it don't break, and you get that big psychotic grin, that big psychotic All Might grin we just got when he was fighting All For One. No, Banjo's the fifth one. Who's the fourth one? Cause yeah, hold on. How'd it go? So Kudo passed it to Bruce. Bruce passes it to. It would have to be. It is Shinomori. Okay, I had that right. Shinomori passes to Banjo. Banjo passes it to N. N passes it to Nana. Nana passes it to All Might. Okay. Excuse me. So we know that Shinomori, he didn't do anything. He didn't fight no crime. He didn't do nothing. He just went off by himself and just built the body. He just built his body up and ended up like he got the cracks, and then he ends up having to pass it on because he dies early. We find that out now. He dies early because he has multiple quirks. He has Danger Sense and One For All. We know that every time it passes on, it gets stronger. One thing that I don't think has been explored, or if this is even a thing, but is there any way for the user to build up the quirk and get stronger as they keep using it? We know it's a stockpiler strength quirk. So it's like, what, like when Shinomori was building it up and getting stronger and stronger, was he getting stronger and then it passes on and then it multiplies again? So is it like a gradual build, strong, pass, multiply? and then the next person has it strong. We're getting gradually stronger with it. It's getting stronger the longer I have it. We pass it, multiply. So is it the same thing where it's like All Might had it for so long, stacked that power, got stronger throughout all the years, got the quirk so strong, multiplied it, and then gave it to Deku, and now it's too strong. Right? Because All Might held it for the longest time. Now it's I feel like, to me, in my brain, that makes sense why Deku wouldn't be able to handle it. Because it's like All Might did 40 years worth of hero work. And he's fought countless people and been in countless battles, life or death battles. Built the strength so much, and then multiply that. And then one thing you have to think about, if that's how it's working, like if I have the quirk and I'm fighting, and basically thinking like a Dragon Ball Zen, everything relates back to Dragon Ball for me. Damn, everything does. Think of it as like a Zenkai boost. The Zenkai boost is whenever a Saiyan is almost dead, and then they heal and they get stronger because of it. Is it like the same thing where it's like the stockpiler power, the more I fight, the more I cultivate, train, the strength gets higher and higher with me. And then when I pass it on, it multiplies. Dragon Ball's just good. So I'm wondering if this one of these things where Deku went through all of that hell of the Dark Deku arc, where it's just like he's just fighting and 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 fighting. What if he's built that power up even more, so it's even stronger now than when he was using it before? I don't know. I'm my mind's just running right now. It's just running. I'm like, what if it's just like, what if he's been stockpiling it from all the constant fighting? He fought. How long was it? He fought consistently. He wasn't stopping. Like how I view it is Deku was fighting, passing out somewhere on a roof and then waking up and still going. That's how I envision it in my brain, where it's just like he was never stopping. He just get to a point, pass out, wake up, take off. That's what it felt like. So what if he's like made some advancements that not even he recognizes? Like what if he's made some advancements that he hasn't even recognized? Because so far, since this fight has started, we haven't seen Deku that much. But Deku hasn't pulled out the stops. That's the thing. Right now, Deku feels like he's in like his Gohan phase, where Gohan's why does everything, goodness gracious. Why does everything relate back? Why is my brain right now, what Deku feels like, he feels like Gohan watching Goku and Cell fighting. It feels like, and Gohan doesn't know how strong he is, right? He doesn't know how strong he is. He knows he's strong. Yeah, he knows he's strong. One thing, like Gohan, he never didn't know he wasn't strong. He knew he was, but he didn't realize he was that strong. That's the thing. And it's one of these things where it's like Deku used Gear Shift, he did all these things, but he's not tapping on, all right, I need to kick this up to another gear. He's not doing that. If you noticed in that fight, he wasn't attempting to adjust full cowling to make full cowling stronger. He didn't do anything. All he did was like, all right, I'm gonna use Gear Shift now. That's it. He was like, all right, I'm not gonna raise full cowling to 50, 60, 70%. He didn't do none of that in the fight against Shiki. He was like, I'm just gonna use Gear Shift, and I'm gonna try to get him out of here. I don't know. So it's like, I feel like Deku has to be pushed the same way Gohan is pushed into turning Super Saiyan 2. Deku has to get pushed. And honestly, Bakugo stopped that push from happening with All Might. But I think if there was ever a moment for a push to happen, it's a mangled baby All For One snatching Bakugo by his face and then stealing his life force and his quirk at the same time, and then throwing the bag of bones to the ground. And then him being there, like, and then him grilling Shigaraki and Deku as Deku looks on like, what just happened? If there was ever a moment to get the red line to fly through his brain and make him go crazy, it's that moment. If it wasn't All Might's death, it's that moment. That's the thing. It's that moment right there. If it wasn't All Might dying, or like Shiggy killed Deku's mom, I don't, no, leave her alone. She's been through too much, right? I feel like if that's the moment, because we're right here. Everyone, like these four are, they're in looking distance of each other. We know that. So if Bakugo's up in the air and a little mangled baby corpse flies through the sky and just snatches explosion and then takes the life force from him, Deku would look over and be like, nah. that would be the moment. I feel like there has to be that moment. I feel like for that moment not to exist would be crazy, because we know All Might's had that moment. We know All Might had that moment of just letting they showed us the moment a chapter ago. We know that he's gotten to the point where it's just like, I gotta kill him. I have to. Right? And I know that we might get our Avatar moment where it's just like, I'm gonna find a way not to. But Deku has to have that moment. He needs that moment of, I'm letting everything go. That moment has to happen. I feel like it has to. There has to be that moment of, I feel like it's one of these full spreads. It's a full spread, and it's Deku standing there, and it's one for, just like how we get, like, every time he activates a new quirk, we get the little bubble, and it just says one for all, like 100%. No full cowling 100%, just 100%. That's it. Like, I feel like that moment has to happen, and it's just him standing there. It's just that I feel like that moment has to happen. It'd be one of the coolest things ever. It has to be one of the coolest things ever. We want that moment to happen after Deku's already fought Shiggy. I'm with you there. I need to see Deku and Shiggy throw down. I need to see them throw down, and then we can, because we've already had stage one of their fight, and I like stage one of their fight, even though stage one of their fight was only like a chapter or two. I want it to be. I need stage two. We haven't seen stage two, so honestly, stage two has been just us getting glimpses of it. But I feel like I need stage three to be like a crazy battle, and then we move into final sequence. That's what it has to be. We move into final sequence, and then we throw down full power, going crazy. I feel like I need that at this point. That's what I need. Also, who is this? I looked past this. Is this Yoichi? Who is that? I wish, man. I wish. That's Yoichi? Okay. I was like, I didn't even like take note of it. Great. This is a great chapter. I can't believe we just witnessed Bakugo having his Vegeta. That's we just witnessed Bakugo's Vegeta moment. That's crazy to me. Definitely lost. Damn. Definitely lost. Gus Edwards is a bum. Alright, it's great. But then volume 45 is a nice number. What volume are we on now? Dude, I don't even know. What volume is out right now? with 410 released, it's enough for 40. Okay, so we're on volume 39 right now then. And then these chapters will make for volume 40. Wait, volume 45. Yeah, volume 45 would be like another. That'd be like another full year, right? Full year of content. Volume 45. Like from 410, that would be like a whole year worth. Because that'd be about roughly 50 to 60 chapters. Yeah, so My Hero definitely is done this year, right? Do you think we get through this year and it's not done? Or next year, I should say. It's definitely done next year. Definitely done next year. Honestly, with how this is going, I feel like I don't know, man. I don't know. Because it's like how okay, so we get the 410, right? And let's hypothetically say Bakugo gets his quirk stolen, and All For One is now rushing at Shigaraki and Deku at high speed. Like in the shape that All For One is in, the shape that Deku's in, and the shape that Shigaraki's in. Realistically, how much more can we do without regrouping, and then a week later we fight again, right? Without doing another one of those, without doing like okay, they got away again, and we're gonna regroup and do this. How much more realistically can we get out of this? Let Overall have his get back. It's just like, I don't know. This is where I'm like, dude, like where do we go from here? Because honestly, like where this stands right here, Bakugo doing this, hypothetically he gets his quirk stolen, I would be looking at this like, dude, there's like 20 chapters max that we have left. What else left is there? Like in this big fight, besides us leading directly into a part 2, like where's the end at? Where's the end? I don't know. You still have Zero's Battlefield, Aizawa's Battlefield. We don't know where Overall is, right? Who's I talking to? This might have been in the comments where someone was like, Aizawa might pop up to help Bakugo stop All For One. And I was like, ooh, I didn't think of that. That clearly didn't happen. But I feel like there's gonna have to be something like that. I'm still like, it's still on a table where you might need Deku to have a reprieve, a breather, while someone else steps in. And I feel like that has to be the moment where, if I'm being honest, like if I'm being legit, being for real, like for real. I mean, dead serious. I'm not kidding. If you wanted to make one of the best moments of the series, this is literally one of the best moments of the series. So let's say next chapter, Bakugo gets his quirk stolen. All For One rushes over at Deku and Shigaraki. Deku gets knocked off of Shigaraki, and All For One begins the assimilation of Shigaraki, which I think he should lose. And in that, we have this moment of Deku now is completely gassed. He is a sitting duck, and there's no one left to even help out. I think it should be a 3-pronged attack. Three individuals. This is what I think. 3 individuals. Overhaul, Mirio, and Aizawa. And 2, if not all 3 of them, die to give Deku enough time for him to get up and be going again. That and I used Aizawa because I think Aizawa is gonna end up in the Levi role. I think Aizawa is gonna end up in the Levi role. Overhaul at this point, I don't really care if Overhaul lives or dies. Overall, I still want to see some more Overhaul because I thought he was a cool character. So I still he still has more to do. Like there's no way. Like he can still get down. We know he could get down too. And Mirio, I bring Mirio for that. He hates Shigaraki. And I bring Mirio for that because I would recreate the Mirio holding off Overhaul without a quirk for how long was it? Was it 12 minutes? 12 minutes, right? 15 minutes? How long was it? It was like something that was absolutely ridiculous for someone that was quirkless to be doing. That's why I'm like Overhaul, Mirio, and Aizawa just being basically Overwatch for the both of them. And in that encounter, they all end up biting the dust. And that would be like, and oh my god, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Add Kurogiri, not yet. I feel like Kurogiri is going to be the reason why we win. I think he might be the key that ends up letting the final blow be landed. I think so. I think I picked those 3. I do, and I feel like they sacrifice themselves because they know if Deku could get back up, that they can win. I genuinely feel that. It would mean so much because you would have Mirio. We know the relationship Mirio has, and to pass that on to Deku, dude, bro. You would have Bag of Bones Bakugo laying on the ground somewhere, All Might shell of himself, and Mirio to bite the dust. That's when I don't need the explosion rage. And be like, you know what, F it, and throw that 100% after that. That's the moment you do it. That's the moment it should happen. After like the failed assimilation happens, and after the sacrifice happens and all that stuff, and he gets back up, and he's just like F it. He just throws 100%, and the arm don't break. And it's just like, and he's just enraged, but he's not out of control. He's in pure fury. He's pissed off. That would be perfect. It would be perfect, and you just have him go crazy. You just have him be a mad lad, flying all over the place. Just going flipping and dipping and boom. It's just like, honestly, like him going 100%. They need to drum it up. You want New Order to show up somehow, some way. you want New Order star something to show up somehow, some way. They need to. Whenever I'm saying when, not if, whenever Deku starts using 100% and arms isn't breaking, they need to add into when All Might was explaining to Deku how, like, if I just were to unleash all of my power, I would be a walking typhoon. If I was using 100% power all the time, like I need some of that action. I need to just to move in, and it's just landscapes changing, right? I just need landscapes changing. I need him to be going crazy. It needs to be out of control. He needs to feel like a walking disaster. Like if this kid were to do this to everybody, there's no chance. That's what it needs to feel like. Am I saying he should dog walk him? Yeah, I am. At this point, dog walk Shigaraki. At this point, dog walk him and then take him out. At this point, he needs to feel powerful, right? He needs to feel stronger than All Might. We've seen All Might fight a couple of times, and Deku, we've seen his feats, but he to me, Deku doesn't feel more powerful than All Might. He's this big. He's this big, right? Isn't All Might's like 9 feet, 600 pounds? Like he's massive, right? He's massive. He's massive. So it's like I look at All Might and everything he does is strong, and I look at Deku. It's just like he does strong things. I know that he's stronger than All Might, but I don't see him as, I need to see him do things that are like, nah, he's a force of nature. He's insane. I need to see that. I do. What if overall splits Japan saving everybody? Yeah. Shigaraki unleashes like a massive wave of decay. And overall, that'll be crazy. That'll be crazy. You could do some crazy stuff, man. You could do some absolutely crazy stuff. You could do some crazy stuff. You could. You really could. You could do some crazy stuff, man. Damn. I want that to happen. I want the 3 of them to, like, even if it's not the 3 of them with Aizawa there, the 2 of them to have Overhaul and Mirio fight together. Come on, man. Please. I now that's one I need that to happen now. I do. I need that to happen now. That would be insane. I need that to happen. But then it's like, it's like I'm thinking like if a hypothetical Mirio were to die, and that's why I feel like Aizawa's not going to die, because if Aizawa dies, Eri ends up alone again. Not necessarily, because Deku and everybody is going to be there. Like Aizawa's going to end up in the Levi role. Honestly right now he is in the Levi role. He's donezo. Like I don't even think his quirk works. If it does, it's like All Might being able to turn into thick All Might for like 0.5 seconds. He has one eye now. That one eye is already beaten, battered. It's got that big scar under it. He's got one leg. Like he's like remember his arm got all ripped up before by that Nomu. I don't know if that's been healed completely. No, but which is like. He's already a shell of himself as it is. So it's like I feel like he's just gonna end up in the Levi role, where it's just like he makes it to the end, but it's just like I don't know. He's like Mike Guy in a wheelchair. It's something like that. I can't get the imagery of a Mirio and Overhaul fighting together, like fighting off a Shigaraki. Just dumping decay. You got Overhaul you got Overhaul dematerializing and rematerializing things in different places. You got Mirio flipping and dipping and going through. Oh man, brother. You know how cool their powers. Like you could have Overhaul like deconstruct something and then reconstruct like a pillar flying at someone, and then you dodge the pillar, but then Mirio's in the pillar and flies out and then boom. So well together. I need it. I need it so bad. Oh man. Yeah, it's like he could create literally surround the opponent. You could have Mirio flipping just because you. Oh man, it'd be great. It would be literally great. It actually would be great. It actually would be. Honestly, I feel overall is great right now. And we know Deku made him that tongue. It's kind of like that backhanded. If you apologize to Eri, then I'll let you go see. I'll go let you see the boss. And like overall is all out of it. Even if you like, I feel like if you could capitalize on some moment of overhaul helping fight Shigaraki, not necessarily a complete change of heart necessarily, but having that interaction with Mirio, fighting with him, if Mirio does bite the dust, say overhaul doesn't, and you can get that moment of overhaul at least acknowledging what he did to Eri was wrong, that'd be tough. That'd be like a crazy moment. That'd be a crazy moment. Man, that'll be a crazy moment. Boy, oh boy. I'm too excited. I'm too excited. I'm too excited. Brother. 2 weeks. It's cold. Pause. No pun intended. That's really dope. I didn't see this cover. The volume cover. The two of them. That's dope. Oh man, Bakugo's crazy. I think that's it, because I can sit down here and talk about this all day. I can sit down here and talk about this all day, man. I think I'm gonna call it here. I freaking love my hero. I do. I love it so much. Smoked. Okay. Smoked. All right. I'm calling it. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Rest of your week. Have your good week coming up, I should say. Have a good next weekend, because I'm not going to see you next weekend. I am going to cut out the beginning half. If you're watching a YouTube video and you're still here, thank you. But there's a whole like half an hour segment where we talked about this upcoming anime season. I'm probably going to upload that maybe tomorrow or something. So I might just throw it up, just have like my channel. So have a good next weekend if I'm not going to see you, and then a good week after that, and then I'll see you for chapter 410 in 2 weeks. So again, appreciate you. Have a good one, and I'll see you. Peace out.